So we're back with part 2. We just talked about that's Peter Pinto. Just a quick rundown again if you didn't watch the first video. His evolution from being a Sid Gotong guy in Connecticut, then getting a phone call, Dana White calling his mentor and friend Brian Delagrati, right?
Mark Delagrati.
Mark, what did I say, Brian? I'm sorry, Mark. You know, don't kick my ass, crew Mark, right? Anyway, so then coming out here training for 2.5, 3 years, training all kinds of fighters. You could watch the first video if you don't want to see it or hear it. Other than that, we're talking about fixing broken fighters. He's going through the list. Anybody else did you leave out? You stopped at Frank Mir.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I've had my hands on so many guys over the last few years.
Just a couple more, yeah.
What's that?
A couple more.
Yeah.
Anybody else? When you can't name them, that's a good sign. You're like, oh, I don't know. Yeah. I don't have enough fingers.
You know, one of the other athletes that I've really been, I was really happy. Had some huge results. He was not a fighter that I met out here, but he was currently ranked 6th in the world in the strongman competitions. That was Nick Best.
Nice.
Yeah, that was a cool. Never have I laid my hands on somebody that strong. Zachariah Salazar came out for that one too, and he worked on Nick a bit with me.
Nice.
And he was having some issues with overhead press. Now, it was weak. It was only about 360 pounds.
Yeah, only.
But yeah. But you know, his thing was, I need to get my overhead press up because all these other guys who are, you know, top 5 are 400 plus.
I gotta hear this. What'd you do?
So, actually, it was, you know, a number of different things. But I think what made the biggest was. The biggest difference?
Let me guess.
All right, go.
Did you go to the eyes? Pressure checking.
Yeah, I mean, pressure checking had a lot to do with it.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead, tell me. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
But, thoracics.
Really?
Yep, but giant band-loaded thoracics.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
So we did a lot of, we did not just thoracics, but that was one of the biggest keys, just to get a little bit more extension in his thoracic spine, so that he could get the arms up overhead. He just didn't have too much up here at the very top. So, but getting a guy whose muscles are holding his massive 300+ pound frame in one position to actually move out of that position was no small feat. It was
nice.
We had to hook up a band, stick it around his chest, and have him do thoracics while holding onto a cage, holding onto the rack, lifting up into that. Yeah.
That is awesome.
That in combination with a couple other Z Health band-loaded mobility drills.
Yeah.
410.
Wow.
410 pounds. Yeah. So
wow. Was, wait. From what? Give me the number. The original number.
Yeah, 360 to 410 within a matter of about less than a month.
For you strongman people out there, that's okay. That's crazy. That's huge.
Yeah.
That's awesome. If you don't know what phase that in, that's one of the earlier phases. Just doing basic R phase with a little bit more load.
Yeah.
This is wonderful. This is stuff that we learned earlier part of Z and you know, high level athletes. So anyway, moving forward. So now you're exposed to fighters. You're training. Oh, we talked about fixing them. That's one performance. Is there any other performance story as far as fighters, as far as increasing performance, other than fixing them when they're injured, like a performance-based type of session?
Yeah, I mean, I don't consider anything just. I don't consider any of the Z stuff that I do.
Yeah.
Just rehabilitating, or you know, fixing something that's broken.
Yeah.
Something that's weak is something that's broken. So fixing that to make it stronger is not performance enhancement. I don't know what it is. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, good point.
So yeah, I mean, I've had guys in the past too with shoulder issues. Fighters generally have a lot of shoulder issues. So when they end up punching, if they lack that punching power, it's because when they make contact, the punch doesn't connect and push through. You know, it almost just kind of crumbles as soon as it hits. So, working on different openers, rib mobility.
Yes.
Getting guys to you know, strengthen up their rotators. You know, but not just in the physical therapy way.
Yeah.
I'll leave those tricks for another video interview. But yeah, I mean, I would double their strength in their straight punches with that.
Nice.
I mean, possibly even more. To the point where I was I had to put on bigger pads because I was worried that they're gonna take my shoulders off if I held them.
Yep. If pad holders out there, you know what I'm talking about. Pretty brutal when you're trying to take a punch, you know, with all that external rotation. So let's talk about the next evolution and where you're at. So you opened up a gym recently right here.
Yep.
Let's talk about that. Fit Labs.
Yeah, the Fit Labs right there. Yep.
Hard science creating hard bodies.
That's right.
Oh man, you came up with that?
That's right. Genius.
I think your kicks are more hard hitting than that logo. No, I'm kidding.
No, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Hard science, man.
Hey, I gotta tell a quick story. Yeah. This guy, he catches my kick, and then I see him pull back, and then all of a sudden he just this freaking head kick. I just went, okay, I ain't messing, man. Mark. Sorry, Peter just pulled back on that head kick. So yeah, if you want to play with Peter, you know, you better be ready, man. Anyway, let's go.
I'm training a little bit.
Just a little.
Yeah,
let's talk about Fit Labs.
Yeah, Fit Labs.
Okay.
A year ago, I left the UFC.
Yep.
And wanted to do my own thing. You know, I just feel that that's.
Was it an itch you've been having?
Absolutely. You know, within the first year of doing it, it was a great job. I met a lot of people. Dana, Lorenzo, Frank, awesome guys. Everybody else that I met that it was part of the whole UFC world, all really awesome. I just training. I feel like what I am capable of doing, I can give to a much larger audience of people, and that this is what I'm meant to be doing.
Yeah.
So we opened up the Fit Labs June of 2012. Partnered up with a great guy, good trainer. His name is James Wong, who used to actually long time Fairtex guy.
Nice.
So he and I connected right away because Seattle and Fairtex are actually sister camps for, you know, since back into the 90s maybe.
And this is the guy that brought Fairtex to UFC, right?
Yeah. James was head of Fairtex here for a long time.
Awesome.
But he and around that time frame when they hooked up with the UFC and they started doing all the sponsorships, he really took that company to where it was at its height.
Is he a Muay Thai guy? You guys still hit pads together and all that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
Absolutely. Yeah, James is still into it. Yeah, we still hold pads. He can still crack too.
Nice.
And so, but yeah, so we opened it up.
Nice.
And we do group training. We do one-on-one, and I'm the training director, and everything's done with the Z-Flare.
Nice.
Everything.
Explain.
So we use the 9-step progression that we learned in S phase in every training session one-on-one and every class. We do everything from mobility drills, injury prevention, core coordination, eye drills, and then move right into plyometric skill work, resistance training, energy systems development, and so on, and then cool down. And every class is like that. Every class is supervised by a trainer.
Nice.
As opposed to what a lot of these other either boot camps or what do you call it? CrossFit gyms are doing, where people just kind of come in and they read off a board and there's no supervision, there's no leadership.
Why you gotta call it out like that, bro?
Bro. Just saying. It's my niche.
Oh, man.
No. But no, I mean, you know, these CrossFit gyms and places like them, there's really, you know, hey, here's a couple of classes, this is why you do it. And then they progress them so quickly that I can't tell you how many banged up people I've had from CrossFit. And the reason why they came to us is because they got hurt, and then because they were hurt, somebody said, hey, you got to go see this guy, Peter Pinto.
Gotcha.
So, so that's kind of where we went with that. And everything, like I said, everything's done, supervised. Everything is very Z, straight to the core.
Cool.
You know, we use all the R phase, I phase, mobility series, I phase and S phase, I drills.
I'm gonna really fix some T phase.
yeah, and then and if they need it, you know, the T phase stuff generally comes in the one-on-one training sessions.
Yeah.
If they need it, then we recommend that they do that. But there's no pressure. People still always have control over, you know, themselves and what they want.
We're burning up good time, man. We're at 9:50, so let's go we'll end with the third part and I'll cut off from here.